Maybe you were never the problem. Maybe the reason you do not have many friends is not because you are broken, cold, or bad at people. Maybe your mind simply refuses what most people have learned to tolerate. You have probably been told to go out more, talk more, try harder, be easier, be more open. So you start wondering why social life feels so heavy. Why do simple conversations drain you? Why does being around people sometimes feel more exhausting than being alone? From the outside, it may look like isolation, but from the inside, it may be protection. Not every quiet person is lonely. Not every small circle is a warning sign. Sometimes fewer friends means your mind is careful with access. Before you label yourself antisocial, look closer. Your mind may not be rejecting connection itself, it may be rejecting noise. Some people can move through shallow conversations, inconsistent emotions, and constant social stimulation without feeling disturbed. You cannot. Your system asks for depth, clarity, and peace before it opens. That does not mean you lack the ability to connect. It means you do not connect easily with what feels empty. You are not avoiding people in general. You are avoiding relationships that cost more than they give back. There is a difference between being closed off and being selective. One is fear. The other is discernment. The first rare trait is zero tolerance for inauthenticity. You quickly sense when someone is performing instead of being real. Forced smiles, hidden motives, polite words with cold energy behind them, social masks that others ignore but you notice immediately. This does not make you judgmental. It means your awareness is sensitive to emotional mismatch. When someone says one thing but radiates another, your mind catches the gap. And once you feel that gap, it becomes hard to relax around them. You withdraw not because you hate people, but because emotional noise feels unsafe. Your distance is not rejection. It is protection. For you, fake connection is more tiring than no connection at all. The second rare trait is that you choose depth over quantity. Small talk can feel strangely tiring because it asks you to participate without truly meeting anyone. You can talk about weather, plans, gossip, or random updates, but part of you feels absent while doing it. Your mind wants meaning. It wants real thoughts, honest emotions, and conversations that reveal something beneath the surface. This is why you may connect with very few people, but when connection happens, it feels powerful. You are not isolating yourself for no reason. You are filtering for something real. A single, honest conversation may matter more to you than months of shallow company. The third rare trait is that your energy works differently. Social interaction may cost you more than it costs other people. During a conversation, you are not only hearing words, you are reading tone, facial expression, pauses, tension, hidden discomfort, and shifts in energy. Your mind processes multiple layers at once. That can make even ordinary social time feel mentally crowded. Afterward, you may need silence, space, and distance just to return to yourself. This does not mean you dislike people. It means your system absorbs more than most. Solitude is not escape. It is recovery. Without that recovery, you may become irritable, foggy, or emotionally unavailable. The fourth rare trait is internal self-sufficiency. You do not always need people around you to feel complete. You can think alone, solve problems alone, sit with yourself, and find comfort inside your own mind. Some people confuse this with distance, but it is often inner stability. You do not depend heavily on constant validation to know who you are. You may enjoy connection, but you do not need endless interaction to feel grounded. This independence can make your social circle smaller because you do not collect people just to avoid silence. You would rather be alone than be surrounded and still feel unseen. Your inner world gives you something many people search for outside themselves. The fifth rare trait is selective trust. You do not open the door to your inner world quickly. You observe first. You listen to how people speak about others. You notice whether their actions match their words. You watch how they behave when they are disappointed, ignored, or challenged. This caution may come from past inconsistency, disappointment, or broken trust. It is not weakness. It is learned precision. Your trust has a higher threshold because you know access to you has value. So you may form fewer relationships, but the ones that survive your filter tend to be deeper and more stable. You do not want many people nearby. You want the right people close. When these traits come together, they create a strong internal filtering system. You notice patterns before they become obvious. You sense motives before they are spoken. You feel inconsistency before others can explain it. This can make normal social environments difficult because many groups run on performance, convenience, and emotional shortcuts. You may feel out of place not because you lack social intelligence, but because you have too much awareness to pretend that everything feels fine. Your mind sees what others overlook, and sometimes that vision makes belonging more complicated. You can enter a room and know which connections are genuine and which are only social decoration. This is the critical shift. The old belief says, I do not have many friends. The deeper truth may be, I do not connect with most people. Those two statements feel similar, but they are not the same. One sounds like failure. The other sounds like compatibility. If most conversations leave you empty, if most groups make you feel smaller, if most connections require you to perform, then the problem may not be your inability to connect. It may be that your nervous system knows the difference between presence and pretending. Once you understand that, you stop measuring your worth by the size of your circle. Of course, these traits come with a cost. Depth often comes with distance. High awareness can make it harder to relax. Strong standards can reduce your circle. Independence can sometimes turn into over-isolation if you are not careful. Selective trust can protect you, but it can also keep good people outside for too long. So this is not about glorifying loneliness. It is about understanding the trade-off. The same traits that give you clarity, emotional depth, and independence can also make connection rare. Rare does not mean impossible. It means alignment matters more. The goal is not to reject everyone. The goal is to recognize who truly fits. If you do not have many friends, it does not automatically mean you are lacking. It may mean you see more, feel more, and accept less. You notice what others ignore. You value what others rush past. You protect your peace because you know how easily the wrong people can disturb it. That does not make you superior. It makes you selective. And selectivity can be lonely before it becomes peaceful. You are not alone because you failed. You may be alone because you have not found many people who can meet you where you truly are. There is pain in that, but also dignity. If this feels familiar, it is not random. It may mean you are beginning to understand how your mind actually works. You do not need to force yourself into every room just to prove you are normal. You do not need to collect people who cannot meet you with honesty, depth, or consistency. But you also do not need to close yourself completely. The goal is not to disappear from the world. The goal is to stop mistaking poor compatibility for personal failure. Once you understand that, you stop trying to fit everywhere, and you begin waiting for what truly fits you. And when that kind of connection appears, you will recognize it by how peaceful it feels. It will not require you to shrink, perform, or translate yourself constantly. It will feel less like chasing approval and more like finally being met. That is the kind of friendship worth waiting for, even if the wait is longer than expected.